Well, first point I want to make is that the ADB was one of the first, multilateral development bank, which came to the aid of Fiji and many of the Pacific countries through financing, including concessional financing, grants as well. And I think that led to a major sort of recovery in the sense that, we were at a point where when we opened up, we had our infrastructure in place, tourism started to recover significantly, and I think all that helped. And going forward, what we are looking at is really continuing with that recovery, but we want to tread a very fine balance because we don't want to engage in a massive fiscal consolidation strategy and disrupt the growth that we are experiencing. So we have to tread very carefully, and going forward, I think we will need more help, in terms of assistance. The whole idea of climate financing is a very, very important one. ADB itself is putting itself as a future, climate bank, and that is quite a significant undertaking and step by the Asian Development Bank. And we hope that Fiji and many of the small Pacific Island countries will benefit from that repositioning, and we would be able to secure more concessional financing, including grants, because what we have experienced is a very, very historical, one-time historical impact on our economies as a result of COVID-19. And so going forward, we need perhaps, that one-time, intervention and a shock, in terms of assistance, in terms of financing, to be able to put the economies on a path of sustainable growth in the future.
It is a very delicate balancing act, and obviously you don't want to sacrifice the economic stimulation. But your country's debt to GDP ratio standing at over 80% as of this week. You're certainly monitoring that number, it seems to me. So I wonder, are you ready for provide any kind of buffer in case of any kind of external shock down the road?
Yeah, so we are adopting a strategy where we are looking at fiscal consolidation, we're looking at our expenditure, we're looking at our revenue. But as I said, we also want to make sure that we do not disrupt the process of recovery, process of growth, because we want to ensure that we continue on a growth path, as well as, fiscal consolidation, so that over a period of time, in the midterm, we are able to sustain our, debt levels and ensure that we grow to be able to progressively reduce our debt to GDP ratio in the next 5 to 7 years. So that is our strategy, and I think we are on track to deliver that over the next 3 or 4 years.